Hello everyone, it's 20 Italians, and here we are again. Yeah, it's an amazing thing. We are going to play Ultimate General Gettysburg again. Now, why are we playing Ultimate General Gettysburg again? Well, the kind folks of Ultimate General Gettysburg have actually been a subscriber of this channel for quite some time, and I felt that I'd repay their generosity with retweeting some of my tweets, as well as following me on YouTube by playing the other side of the coin. Now, the last playthrough, which is what you'll see probably below, and a little pop-up on the video, is I played as the Union, and that lasted a good long while. So this time we're going to play as the Confederates and attempting to win the Battle of Gettysburg. Alright, so we're going to fight a new battle. We are going to go with the Confederate Army here. And as we did in our last playthrough, we're going to give the AI a balanced personality here. So mobile and aggressive, the balanced AI uses his units wisely to attack or defend from the flanks or the center. This becomes a weakness in defense because he prefers mobility over holding secure locations. So let's go ahead. Let's go to battle. Now, if this is your first time with me in playing Ultimate General Gettysburg, I'll have you... Just want to let you know my background on this. I am a Civil War reenactor here in Pennsylvania. I travel... My group and I, we travel basically Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Virginia, and also West Virginia. We go out to Harper's Ferry for our battles. So... I've been doing that for quite some time. It has been a hobby of mine for quite some time, so I'll interject my own little thoughts throughout the gameplay. But here we are in Gettysburg, July 1st, 1863. So General Lee gave the order to avoid any engagements until the Army of Northern Virginia arrives. The latest reports indicate that only some local militia defend the town of Gettysburg. There is an opportunity here. Your mission is to capture all the western ridges. You have 2 infantry brigades, 1 artillery battalion, and some skirmishers at your disposal. 2 more brigades will join you, along with another artillery battalion. Serious resistance is not expected, but act with caution, and hold Her Ridge at all costs. If you manage to capture other points but lose Her Ridge, your efforts will be in vain. Good luck, General. Alright, so right off the bat, this is a real-time strategy game, I guess you can call it that. It's a real time. So you see that I had to pause it right away. I'm going to turn on the elevation map. It just makes everything a whole lot better. And what we can do now is that we can maneuver each of these units as we would. And what we do it's a click and drag. And each of these areas on the map do give defensive bonuses, not only due to elevation, but as to where you are. So you see that we're in the unfinished railroad cut. That gives a defensive bonus, and plus that we're in the Christ Farm, which gives another defensive bonus because we're among farms, houses here. It's easier to cross over bridges or fords. I don't really see any fords on here right now. Up here's a ford. So just be aware of that. That's what we're doing here. So first thing we need to do is, as they said, we need to secure Her's Ridge. And there's Oak Ridge. There's Oak Hill. Her's Ridge. Oh, it's right here. So if we get pushed off of it, basically we're done. They're going to push us out of town. So let's move Davis's division up to the Christ Farm. I don't want to take them any further. They're going to spill out over Willoughby Run. There's just nothing you can do about that. The game doesn't curve them back around it. They're just going to spill over it. I do want to have some good artillery positions here, so I'm going to move them to the high ground. And I'll move them far enough forward that they are actually effective as well. And we'll put Brander and Crenshaw here. Now, one of the things that I love about this game is that it stays as true to form as it can to the actual maneuvers of the military at the time. what I mean by that is that you can change fronts. See, I can change the way that the front is pointed. I always have a hard time with this. It's left and right. I always think it's like I got to spin it, but it's left and right. And you can have them go to a run, go to a charge, halt, fall back, and as well as different types of firing with your artillery. So with archers, we're just going to move them up to... Oh, we have more men than them. So why don't we move them actually... We have the skirmishers coming up. We're going to move them up to this tree line here. And we're going to cut across this field. And Davis... Actually, I'm going to try to push them. I see that they have Cav over here. I'm actually going to try to push them off by going into the Spengler's orchard and see what that does. So we'll start this up. And eventually, basically now, the units are just going to move like I told them to. You see, they're archers already under fire from Caliph's battery. I have no other men right now, but the skirmishers are running up. I don't have any... Oh, I do have the core. So the core offers... Why is Crenshaw not moving? There he goes. Okay. So the core, you can see that they have an area of effect for, I believe it's morale and organization, but I'm not entirely sure. However, you see that it does point out who's actually part of their core. So that'd be, they have little green lines underneath, green circles underneath them. So we'll bring the third corps, AP Hill. We'll bring him into Hers Tavern as his headquarters. All right, so we've already pushed Devon skirmishers off, and what we know is that Reynolds is coming up with the first corps, so we need to dislodge them as quickly as possible. Hopefully, we're going to get some cav. Actually, they didn't have any cavalry back then, but hopefully we can come up here into Oak Hill and support it, although I do believe we're going to have two divisions coming down from the north down that road, so we'll be able to easily cordon off the Yankees here. Now, I did have an ancestor that fought in the Civil War for the Union. So this playing as the Confederates, it isn't the most ideal for me. I don't support the Confederate cause. I believe that people who still support the Confederate cause are basically supporting a rebel organization. However, I do understand the history of it in our American culture. I just feel that at times people don't know the history behind it. And that's on both sides of the coin. People don't understand it from an anti-Confederate point of view, and people don't understand it from a pro-Confederate point of view. Some people just think that the flag looks cool. And I bet you not that there's more Confederate flags being worn on shirts and being flown behind pickup trucks here in rural Pennsylvania than there are in rural Virginia right now. When I drove down to Florida from Pennsylvania last year, which I'm about to do here in 2 weeks, you don't really see any Confederate stuff. You see it in South Carolina. That's the only thing, but that's because it's a part of their flag. It's part of their flag and Georgia's flag, I believe. And I may be wrong about Georgia's flag. But you don't really see it too much in the public places down south. But up here, I mean, you see it everywhere. I mean, just kids, farmers mostly, they just don't freaking understand. And that's what annoys me. That's why I love doing Civil War reenacting, because it is educational. And it is something that we really do strive, those of us. There are those of us in the reenacting community who go out just to shoot off some black powder and have some fun. But for the most part, we are there to teach and to show people what it was like for those men and some women who gave their lives for the Union and gave their lives for the country, which is what a lot of the Confederates did. And you have to be aware of that too, for those of you who are outside of America and just don't understand people's fascination with the Confederacy, that a lot of these men were not racist. Well, a lot of these men were not fighting to keep slavery. A lot of the men who fought were not slave owners. They were racists because everyone was a racist back then. And the abolitionists, even in the North, they did not see the black men, the vast majority of them did not see the black race as being equal to the white race. They wanted to release them from their bondage, yes, but they didn't really see them as equals. And that's why you say, well, what do you mean that's all that we've been taught? It took until after the Battle of Antietam, which for all intents and purposes was a draw, it took until that for Lincoln to issue the Emancipation Proclamation. And the Emancipation Proclamation only freed the slaves in the South. So basically, it did nothing. It was a political move. And yes, Lincoln did say if he could win the war without freeing the slaves, he would. And if he could win the war by freeing the slaves, he would do that as well. He was a political mind. He didn't believe in slavery, but he knew what a political quagmire it was back then. I mean, that's why we went to war in the first place, because no one could resolve what exactly to do with slavery. A lot of people wanted to just let it be contained in the South and to die an inevitable death of. You just can't keep on doing it. The Atlantic slave trade had already ended with the Webster-Ashburton Treaty in the 1845. So it was a trying time back then. So, like I said, I could talk for a long time about the Civil War and all the issues that went into it. Well, we're just going to keep on pushing them here. There's Buford, but we're going to keep on pushing. And actually what I need to do is I need to bring all these men up. Because I want to get this artillery on McPherson's Ridge. So I'm going to have to... No, I didn't want everybody again. The third corps to that. I didn't want them up too far. Crenshaw and Brander have to go the furthest, and they have to cross. So see here, I have to do this because it'll take too long for them to come over the bridge themselves. I'm sorry, to get over the river themselves. You know, that's what I have them doing over here. But I think I just have too much of a traffic jam here. Maybe I'll have them come through the railroad cut. And put them there. Sorry for not talking. It looks like Mary's is the best way to come actually over and plop themselves right on the road here. Now, I don't want to get too extended. I see that Buford's come up, which means that the Iron Brigade cannot be far behind. So we need to move as quick as possible. So there's the Iron Brigade. It's arrived on the field. However, they arrive out here. Buford didn't command the First Corps. Buford was commanding the cav right here. Reynolds, who actually was from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, commanded the First Corps at this time. All right, I need them to fall back. Oh, well, they're falling back on their own. It's not really what I wanted. Here come the First Corps headquarters right now. We need to get these men over as soon as possible, and I am spread thin. There's Devon Vedettes. I'm going to halt them, actually. I need Archer to... I want him to hold... Crap, how am I going to do that? I want him to actually hold the fence line. We're just going to have to play that by ear. I don't think I'm going to be able to push them off of Oak Ridge right now. I don't really want to split my force because I have no one protecting the center. The First Corps could just come straight up through and attack us both. I'm going to pull Davis back, not really what I want to do. And I'm going to put him up on this ridge. I might I'm actually going to move, I'm going to move Archer's brigade back and put them in the middle at the start of McPherson's farm here. This cannot be good for morale, but it's the only thing I can do here. Alright, you need to get there. It'll make sense once they're all there. Skirmishers are running. Hopefully they stop. The flashing icon means that they've broke. Here it comes. Wow, they're running. All right, we need them to hurry up. They are at a run. Archer needs to get up there. They are slowly getting into position. I just stretched them out too far. That was my own fault. I'm gonna. Good thing hers skirmishers, Heath skirmishers. What do I call it? Reform, so I can put them as a rear guard here. The rest of our division forces are here, so they are slowly going to come in. Hopefully, I can overwhelm them. That is what happened on the first day. There was just too many Confederates closer to Gettysburg than there were Union soldiers in proximity to Gettysburg. Alright, so hopefully we can start firing into them, because that's what we need right now. We need our cannons to go to town. We need our artillery to be working here. Oh, Zimmerman's went really far forward. Where is he going? Oh, he's retreating already. I want the front to be like that. Come on, guys, come on. Alright, so here's the rest of our divisions. I might have to run them. And I'm actually going to try to... It's Brockenborough. I'm actually going to try to see if I can flank the Yanks here. It's a long way to go, but I think it's... I guess I'll come around Herbst Farms instead of trying to climb over the fence. And who we have here? Pettigrew. Pettigrew has to come right down the middle, down the Chambersburg Pike. There's no other way. I need him to fill this gap. And now I got my division stacked up too much, but Archer should hopefully will move over a little bit. Do we have anybody else coming from the north yet? Nope. Well, how is Pettigrew feeling? His condition? Good. I need you to run. Put the Brockenborough at the double quick. Now I don't want to keep him here because it's really going to drop their condition a lot. Archers are still trying to figure out their way. And they're lining up, but hopefully this gives me enough cover. General Pender enters the battlefield from Chambersburg Pike. We need his support. Yeah, of course, that's what we're doing right now. Don't tell me what to do. I don't know if they're in the line of sight or not, Brockenborough. Davis is getting shot up. Shit. No, don't form into battle. I wanted you to stay in the column. No. Oh, God. Well, hopefully Brockenborough will give him the good old what for. Oh, my God, everyone's breaking. I need to go. Halt. Oh, crap. Ah, crap. This could be the shortest battle ever. Is that all? Here come the rest of them. I was like, oh, God. Now, let's see if we can push them. Lane's going to come up here. Who do we have here? Perrin's division to try to plug the hole. And Scales is going to come down the railroad cut and try to cross up here. And that reason is you can see what we're trying to do. Hopefully Brockenborough, he's at 81, but I still think we should do okay because we're going to come in behind them. And that should be good enough. So Iron Brigade's rushing, but it looks like they might have outrun their support here. Alright, so I want to wait till they get all across. Now the Iron Brigade's reforming. Alright, 75 is good enough. I still need them to... Oh, Brander's just tied up on there. Here we go. Turn around. Come on, McGraw. McGraw does not want to turn around. There we go. Skirmishers, they have 19% morale. Should be alright. I'll move the 3rd Corps back to Hearst Tavern. Pettigrew is actually holding here. I'll tell him to hold. Crenshaw's is in disarray. Davis, what am I going to do with you? I think I want to bring him... Well, he's going to get here quicker than Lane will. So I'll move Lane. He's going to lose some organization coming through the trees, but that's okay. And then Perrin's coming up, and Perrin doesn't need to come into the middle because Pettigrew is there. Scales will come across. The Willoughby run that way. Now Archers has reformed. I'm going to put them over here. Herman's, we're going to see what Brockenbrough can do. Oh, don't form back up into column of 4. Alright, so I need to change Pettigrew's front. I don't want you pointed that way. Bringing more guns. I know. We're moving as quick as we can. Hopefully Brockenbrough can... we are in the rear. Will you get into line of battle? And hold there. Alright, we have artillery coming. That's always a good thing. And that is always a good thing. We need to get our men online. See, this is what I don't like about this, though. Is that the AI is good, but it's not that intuitive as to when to go into line of battle and when to stay in a column of 4. Oh, man. I didn't realize they had men down there, too. What is their morale at? 40%? Get there, Archer. Alright. So we're going to take these two guns. We're going to put them up here. We'll put Johnson's right there. There we go. Is that all the guns that we had? And Rice. It seems that we have no support up here, so we'll put Rice right up here on the high point, the high ground. Now we do have McGraw and Mary down here, although they're not really... You see that they're only firing the line of sight. They can't really see over McPherson's Ridge here. And I'm going to move Mary up into Hearst Tavern just to put them higher. And they also weren't as covered as McGraw was. So Brockenbrough is getting it, but oh wow, 4%. Shit. Well, that didn't work either. I'm not being very smart with my my regiments here. Well, if he's pushed back, there's no reason for Archer to get there. And I think, yeah, I'm just watching this. I'm trying to figure out what to do here, and I think that we got a good line on Willoughby Run. We need to try to breach it though. We need to get across it in order to make any significant gains here on the day. But that will wait for another episode. So I thank you everyone for joining me on this first episode, a reboot of the Ultimate General Gettysburg. I hope you like it. If you do like it, feel free to leave a thumbs up below. Leave a comment below as well. If you want to know anything about the Civil War, about America at this point in time, or more about why I reenact, you can leave all of those comments below. If you have not yet, you can click on the red subscribe button either below this video or at the end of the episode. Subscribing lets me know that I'm doing a good job, that you like what I'm doing, that you want me to put out more videos. Along with that, you'll see a Patreon button. I don't always ask for it. In fact, I haven't asked for donations in a while, but it would be helpful. Those donations go to help paying the YouTube Red fee that I need to pay in order to produce videos, as well as garnering garnering new games to play, and other general cost of running a channel. So you can give as little as $1 or as much as you want. Well, everyone, until next time, good night and good luck.